Hi, I'm Josh Wolfram. I'm from Wolfpack Men's Basketball. I'm from Kamloops, BC, and I attended South Kamloops, and I'm taking business at TRU.
Josh, being from Kamloops, was TRU a place that you always had in the back of your mind you wanted to come and go to school?
I did, yeah. When I came out of high school, TRU didn't have a coach. I still looked really hard at the university, and then when I decided I was transferring, TRU was a pretty easy choice.
Nice. You spent your last couple of years, or your first couple of years, I should say, of education at the U of C. Coming home, what's that been like?
It's been good. I moved back in at home. I really get along with all the guys here at TRU, so I mean, it's been really good.
Nice. Tell me a little bit about the chemistry that you have on your team. I know you're at the start of the season as we do this interview, and you've got a lot of recruits, including yourself, coming in. What's it been like getting to know everybody?
It's gone really well. We've bonded as a team pretty quickly. We spend a lot of time with each other off the court, on the court, so it's going really well.
Is that a key thing, do you think, to being a successful student athlete, is to bond with your fellow teammates?
I think it really helps you as a team. Like if you trust each other off the court, it can only help you on the court. So,
growing up here, as you well know, that 6 radio stations cover you, a TV station, 2 newspapers. What's it like being in the limelight in that aspect?
It's neat. There's not a lot of universities in Canada that get that much coverage, so it's really nice to have the community behind the school.
So what's it like when you go grocery shopping or go to the movie theater and you're wearing a Wolfpack a jacket and people come up to you? Is that an unusual experience in a way, and can you talk to us about that?
It's pretty neat when you see like a little kid or somebody that has been to your games and they come up and say like, "Oh, you played great on Friday." Like it's really rewarding to see that like people in the community are looking up to you.
Growing up, did you have that experience as a did you come to a TRU camp or come to a game and then run into a player, and what was that like?
Yeah, I had that experience quite a bit growing up. Just when I was younger, I used to always go to the old UCC games, and I looked up to a lot of the players because they had a lot of really good teams that won national championships and
right.
all Canadians. So,
do you feel is it kind of surreal in a way that now the shoe's on the other foot?
Yeah, it's really cool. Like it's kind of hard to take in that like now you're that person that the little kids are looking up to.
Tell me about being a student athlete and an average week. How often do you practice, and how the heck do you balance everything, the schooling and athletics?
I find that I don't really have that much time outside of school and athletics, so I just try to. All my spare time I try to focus on either being in the gym, working out, or studies.
So is there an average week when it comes to the team? Like, do you practice like 4 times a week? Are you in the gym, 2 hours a day, that sort of thing?
Well, right now it's preseason, so we're practicing 5 days a week, 2 times a day. And so right now we're in the gym probably 4 hours a day. So it's pretty tough to get your studies done, but you have to make your time. But once the season rolls around, it'll tone down a little bit, and it'll be a lot easier because then you'll be in the really heavy part of school. So,
as you get to know these new teammates, do you have any cast of characters on your team? Like, is there a jokester? Is there somebody that's more outgoing than anybody else?
I'd say the jokester's probably Reese Perbilski. He seems to joke around with the guys a lot, really mess with them.
Right. Have you best dancer? Yeah. Have you did somebody crank the tunes in the locker room, that sort of stuff?
Best dancer. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody yet.
When it comes to the whole atmosphere of going to a university like this, in a city like this, and you were in Calgary, which is a large center. Is there big differences between like class sizes and the way that U of C operates in comparison to TRU?
Yeah, I find like just the class sizes alone, like I know all of my profs a lot better here just because in Calgary you're dealing with class lectures that are up to like 300, 400 people, whereas TRU, my largest class has probably been 45 people. So you get to know your profs a lot better, and it's a lot easier like when you miss a test because you're away at a game, it's easier to talk to them and figure out something that can help you out.
Finally, what words of advice would you have for the parents of a potential athlete or a potential athlete looking at Thompson Rivers University and the city of Kamloops as a place to go to school?
If you go to a smaller high school, going to a big university is a huge adjustment, because I've been to Calgary and it was huge. Whereas Thompson Rivers, you get to know everybody in the community really well. You get to know your team really well. And everybody kind of, I find it's more bonded, whereas at Calgary, like, you'd finish practice and you'd leave. Thompson Rivers, you're always hanging out with your team.